What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today on this frozen afternoon in Iowa, I have something pretty special for you. We are standing in several feet of snow with the tripod in the snow and everything else, so bear with us a little bit for a little less professional video than even usual. But I have for you a gun that I've wanted to shoot for a while. It was actually sent to me by a Patreon supporter, thank you, Chris. And this is the CZ Custom A01-LD. Now, if you're not familiar with this gun, I'm not surprised. It is one of the, as far as I'm aware, least produced CZs. It's a CZ75 variant made exclusively by CZ Custom, at least from what I'm aware. If I get any of the details wrong, please let me know in the comment section. It's known for a few things. Number one, they changed the internals, which is something they don't normally do. Normally they just kind of improve them a little bit, but they changed a lot of these, tightened the tolerances, things like that to increase the accuracy, and from what I've heard, they've done so. They've added a lot of weight up here on the front, which is LD. It stands for long dust cover. It should stand for super heavy dust cover because it feels like there is a barbell weighing off the front of it by comparison to my CZ Shadow 2. Imagine a CZ Shadow 2 and then just put several ounces of weight right in the front there. Now it really bounces well once you get a loaded mag in, but it does feel a little front heavy without that. During recoil, I have a feeling that is going to be a huge asset, and I'm willing to bet that this shoots very, very well. On top there, we have a Holosun 507C, and I'm sure that was milled right in there from CZ Custom. The Patreon supporter who sent me this told me that this was coming right from CZ Custom, so I don't believe he's even shot this. And it doesn't look like he has either. Very, very clean on the inside. And overall, a really, really sharp looking gun. No rail there, so a little bit disappointing as far as home defense, but this gun is obviously made specifically for competition. You can see there rather unique grips, and it's got a real chunky grip on it as well, which I really like. Fits my hands very nicely, I like that a lot. 25 lines per inch checkering on the mainspring, and on the front strap there, the safety feels impeccable. You can definitely tell CZ Custom went over this with a fine-tooth comb, because it feels like a CZ that was made perfectly. I don't remember the last time that I felt a CZ, besides my Accu Shadow 2, that felt like this. My God, if all the CZs that came out of the factory felt like this, they would dominate the market. I'm telling you, the trigger on this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're talking something like 6-7 pound at most double action pull. Definitely the smoothest and definitely the best trigger I've ever felt on a CZ, and that includes my Accu Shadow. Single action there, that can't be more than 2 pounds. Extremely light, extremely crisp, and the reset's very short. Short reset action in the trigger on this as well, along with an extended magazine release that gets to the sort of controversial mags. So one of the things that I was not excited about when I actually thought about buying this was the fact that, from what I hear at least, it doesn't take CZ75 mags. Now I did put a CZ75 mag in this, and I did run the action, and it did lock open. But from all the things that I've read, and from the actual website itself, and from the magazines that came with the gun, they came with sort of proprietary mags. This is one of the magazines that came with the gun, and you can see it looks strikingly familiar to a P10F or a CZ P09 magazine. And you'd be right, because it's even hard for me to tell the difference here. That's another factory mag, but then when we get to the actual P09 mags, you can see there's a little bit of gap there. But it does lock back and it does chamber around, and I do hear that they run off them just fine. And I'm not going to try to run the CZ75 magazines because it's not my gun and I don't want to mess anything up. However, I will be running the P09 P10F magazines, since it says on the website that it should be no problem. Obviously, we'll have to check reliability on those and make sure we keep track of which ones they are. They do look very similar. The only difference is the P09 magazines are slightly longer. Both take 19 rounds, and that gives you a healthy capacity right out of the box, which I'm a big fan of. Steel slide and steel frame there, allowing for quite a bit of weight. I did talk about they added some weight, and they added it all in the front. I think it's a 52-ounce gun, something like that. 52 ounces is a hefty girl, and you probably wouldn't want to carry this, especially considering there's other lighter options like a P09, for example, which would shoot very similar to this. Obviously not as well, but it's a lot lighter and it's a lot cheaper as well. This gun comes in at around $2,000, making it on par with all the other CZ custom offerings. I love the OD color. That's probably a custom feature that he got when he ordered the gun. I love the trigger, and the optic system is going to make this gun very, very accurate in my opinion. Appreciate that. Appreciate the patron supporters who sent me this, and I appreciate all you patron supporters helping support the video with donations for ammunition and guns and stuff like that. If you want to be a part of the patron squad, all you have to do is go to the link in the description of the video and just sign up there, and you can get involved with all that exclusive content and ask me questions and all that stuff. We do a lot of cool stuff on the patron page. Also in the description is a link to the t-shirts and swag and all that cool stuff Mrs. Outlaw made. You go down there, some pretty cool designs, and there's a link to a local shelter in Ames, Iowa, the YSS, that I like to support. Those kids could really use your help now more than ever. Please go over there, and if you're gonna pick one of those links, donate to those kids. They could use your help. All right, so I'm gonna give you a little excuse alert here. I actually just lifted with the missus right before this, and we took like a half an hour break, so my arms feel like jelly, so hopefully I don't shoot this poorly. However though, the combination between the sights and the trigger on this is really hard to miss. So we're gonna shoot our first shots here at 80, except for the one I just shot, of course. I just shot just to see if the optic was zeroed from the factory, and it is, so we'll have to play around.
Thank goodness.
Right. It's hard to zero optics in like 2 feet of snow.
Unpleasant.
It's not perfectly zeroed. I have to aim on his right shoulder a little bit. This is gonna be a fun review. This thing is like a cheat code.
Well, should be fun for me to shoot it.
Right.
I like stuff that makes me look real good.
Oh, this is gonna make you look good.
Oh, good.
As if you need any help. Oh boy, that's a good time. Oh, Chris might never get this gun back.
Better watch out, Chris!
Look out!
You're just stupid fast with that too.
This is unreal. This might be the greatest, aside from maybe an Atlas Gunworks, something that's like $5,000, this might be the best shooting gun I've shot in a long time.
And it's about half the price.
It is. I mean, that's at 50 yards. I mean,
white on white on white on white.
Right. The recoil on this is literally nothing. Like, I was shooting at 50 yards, and the red dot isn't even bouncing above the target. It's just click, click, click every single time, like a little steam engine that could. The recoil impulse is a little bit slower than my AccuShadow. So my AccuShadow has not only the shorter slide, but it's also milled, so it's very light. And people talk about felt recoil. Felt recoil can be perceived differently. So longer, heavier slides have more of a push. So I'm kind of getting just pushed back and pushed right into it again. Whereas my CZ Shadow has a quicker recoil impulse to allow me to get on the gun faster, but you feel more of it. Whereas this is an absolute pleasure to shoot. I can't even say anything else about it. I mean, the optic is great, the trigger is great. I'm already in love with this thing. I've only shot 4 mags.
You do like thick girls though.
I do. Big girls. All right, so this is a part of the video where we kind of just walked past our cover and now we're in the wind, so sorry for the wind noise. We're gonna do a little more shooting down here just to shoot quickly, then we're gonna move back and give you our final impressions. We're gonna speed this up a little bit because I'm literally dying of
Oh my God, the wind. Oh God.
Oh boy. You wanna shoot this?
Yeah, I mean,
We got 2 mags left.
Your face is so red.
Yeah, I'm very, very cold.
We should do this.
All right, so we did have a failure there, and it was on the P09 mag. So I'm thinking that maybe the mag compatibility might be an issue. Here, I'll let you run this and then I'll run it a little further back before my final impressions.
Okay.
All right, you're on, girl.
Okay, let's do it.
Love the glasses, by the way.
Oh yeah. Hold up. All right, there's the dog. I'm gonna go over here a bit. See if
Yeah, I noticed.
Can you get that? Am I out? No.
You might have had a malfunction. Rack the slide.
I got these.
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, so you lock back, you're out. Two magazine-related failures, I think, because those are the two P09 mags, and they had 2 failures. We got to get the hell out of this
But
wind
also,
tunnel, though.
I'm proud of what I've been doing on the dueling tree.
Oh, you shot extremely well, especially considering the stress. It's like a 30-mile-an-hour wind. It's like -5 right now. It's
What a
colder
day
now.
to not wear insulated.
Yeah, I feel like White Walkers are about to come out from
Indeed.
back there.
Let's go.
All right, so now we're back here at 80 yards, and the reason for that is, number 1, the gun can do it just fine, and number 2, we had to get out of the wind. Normally, us Iowans are kind of hardy people. We're built for the cold, but not that time.
That was bad.
That was bad. As soon as we got past the shed and we got hit with that 30-mile-an-hour wind,
Woo.
oh boy, I froze up quick. Now you see the difference in accuracy when I was warm and when I'm cold? Adversity affects everybody. I like the snow because it lets you know where you're missing. Kind of a big middle finger to you every time you miss because the snow pops up. Almost always shank them to the left. That's right-handed problems. A little too much trigger finger. We had another failure. Oh boy. Now this is federal, same ammunition we showed on Instagram the other day, the federal target and training. Not the world's best ammunition, so could be maybe blamed on that. However, we have had 3 failures now, and that is 3 more failures than my AccuShadow Shadow 2 has ever had. It's a possibility that it doesn't like the cold as well. Some oils, some lubricants affect the cold differently. I've got Slip 2000 on this. I find that Slip 2000 works the best in cold, and I do a lot of Arctic Circle shooting. Like I said, right now we're well below 0, so it could be the cold is an issue as well. Doesn't seem to be affecting accuracy at all. I gotta tell you, the interface with this gun makes me hit right now. There's a few guns that I can hit kind of on command, and I would add this to that list. The 226 Legion struck me as a gun that is just so hard to miss with. Obviously my AccuShadow, my 2011s, Staccato and Atlas, stuff like that. If I had a stock Glock out here right now, I think it would be very difficult to hit that target, being as how much I'm shaking. So I'm a little concerned about the reliability issues we've already had. Problem is, new out of the box, custom gun, tight tolerances in order to create more accuracy. That inherently can create reliability issues. We're gonna do quite a good round count through this. I'm gonna ask old Chris if he wants us to do 1,000 rounds. Maybe a couple hundred. I'll do as many as he asked me to do. I have no problem shooting this gun. Recoil and pulse on this is phenomenal. Absolutely ridiculous. Very little recoil, if any. Probably if not the lowest recoiling 9mm pistol. It's very close. Beretta 92X strikes me as another one. The X Performance, it's also a 50-ounce gun. The Bull Armory 2011 that I'm going to be reviewing here pretty soon, very low recoil, and obviously the Atlas and Hayes custom products. Any custom gun that's going to be over 40 plus ounces is going to have very low recoil, but this is really a magnificent piece of machinery. As far as the accuracy goes, the most accurate CZ I've ever shot, and that includes the Tactical Sport. Spoiler alert: we have the Tactical Sport 2 on the way, and we're going to be doing a review of that, hopefully, or at least a video of that next week, and see how it compares to this. That's obviously a stock gun, whereas this is a custom gun. They're probably going to have the advantage in trigger and things like that. Optic works great. These Hollow Sun optics have just been killing it lately. I've been shooting a couple of these 507Cs and stuff like that. It came on Patron guns, and so far absolutely love them. Haven't been able to test the durability, but we will be doing an optic test of this. I'll buy my own so we can beat the crap out of it. But overall, some reliability problems. We'll have to see if that was cold related, lubricant related, ammunition related, or magazine related. Could be a product of all four, because we're experiencing some issues. I kind of attributed the first two to magazine related issues, but these were actually the factory mags, and we still had a malfunction. We only use one type of ammo today. We'll have to obviously fix that when we do the full review, or even a 1,000 round. If we do a full review, we still usually do 500 to 700 rounds, and I'll use varying different types of ammunition, including carry ammunition. So we'll have to see how it runs. If it turns out to where it's just kind of a break-in issue, which I hope it is, or a cold issue, could be a very phenomenal gun. If it's not, and it does become very unreliable, well, I gotta tell you, I would never sacrifice reliability for accuracy. So overall, my thoughts on it are a little lukewarm right now, but extremely accurate, extremely flat shooting. If you like this video, we're obviously gonna do several videos of this gun after it, and we're gonna do a lot of pistol reviews here in the future, so feel free to subscribe. So cold, I forgot what the hell I was gonna say. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please support your Oklahoma shelters, and remember to recycle.
I'll check you later.